Welcome to the Readback podcast. I am Jake Sherman.
And I am Anna Palmer. Surprise!
This is unfamiliar territory for me and Anna. But in August, we have a lot of people who take vacations, as they should, famous last words, with Congress relatively quiet, Anna. No one's in town. It's
Don't
hot.
say that. That's when things happen.
It's surprising to nobody. It's actually raining again, which is like...
Is it?
I don't know. It's drizzling up by me. So, but I'm in my chateau in France. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's talk about two different things. A good readback this week. We're going to talk about the Senate Democrats improving their hand, House Democrats not improving their hand, which is not in the readback, but we could ad lib. And then we could talk about this poll that we did, which is Scoop of the Year. And Anna, we don't have to talk about another thing in the readback, which is that I won the company cornhole, the company cornhole tournament. And just to give everyone here a little background, Tracy Woods and myself have won now. We won several times, and then the Punch Bowl news policy became that Tracy and I cannot be on the same team.
It's tough. Sometimes you got to break up the ringers. It felt like it was a little rigged.
It felt like it was
in U.S. politics these days. But yes, we had our 2025 Punch Bowl News retreat. It was pretty amazing, from 4 people to 40 in less than 5 years. But one of the hallmarks of that is the cornhole tournament. I, also very competitive, not as good, decided to play more of the ringmaster role and I got a bell that rang when it was time to change games up.
I'll tell you, Kaylin Epps, my teammate this year, who is a product manager at Punch Bowl News, was just absolutely on fire. So I can't even take credit. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. The top deals with something that we talked about earlier this week, Anna, which is the Chuck Schumer's improving hand. Just let's run this down. Sherrod Brown entering the Senate race. He lost in 2024, but that's probably the Dems' best hope in Ohio. Scott Turek, a state representative in Iowa, is jumping into the Iowa Senate Democratic primary. Most people that you and I talked to think Joni Ernst is not going to run again. Correct. She has not announced her intention either way. Those were 2 data points, and Roy Cooper in North Carolina. And then ancillary point here is that John Cornyn is in a very, very aggressive and messy primary against Ken Paxton in Texas, which a lot of people think opens the door to Paxton being the nominee and Democrats having a chance. And in Georgia, Republicans do not have a great candidate right now. They don't have an experienced candidate. I don't know how great it'll be. They have Derek Dooley, a political newcomer, locked in a primary against Mike Collins, Georgia Republican Congressman, Buddy Carter, another Georgia Republican Congressman, to face John Ossoff. Anna, I'll be honest with you. Politics is a business that you really can't control much about, and when you get a good streak like that, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, candidate quality matters. That's a famous, Mitch McConnellism that he went back to time and again when Republicans didn't have great candidates who couldn't win statewide, right? And so when you look at the Senate map, Democrats have a lot of hurdles, right? I mean, the big question, and Max asks this question, how can they actually win the majority? So they've got to perform in Georgia and Michigan. We didn't talk about Michigan yet, right? That's going to be tough for them because Democrats haven't picked a candidate yet, and they're going to go against Mike Rogers, former congressman. He ran against Alyssa Slotkin, didn't win, but, is trying another race here for the state of Michigan. Also, you look at North Carolina and Maine. Big if they're in Maine, but North Carolina, Democrats feel really good with Roy Cooper. We'll have to see what the politics are like in that state. In Maine, they don't have a candidate yet. They're still waiting on Janet Mills, the governor, who's very popular. But Susan Collins, of course, is the only Republican who could win statewide in that state. So that's a big assumption that they can take on, not only keep Georgia, Michigan, then make some inroads in North Carolina and Maine, and then they got to go further than that, Jake. I mean, that's when things, to me, yes, Democrats are having a good run. Chuck Schumer is in this recess feeling good, but it's still a steep hurdle.
Yeah, you gotta. So first of all, Democrats need a candidate in Maine. Janet Mills, the governor, is someone they talk about. She is she might not run. I mean, who knows? Right. And then you got Mary Peltola getting in against Dan Sullivan in Alaska. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. She's also been mentioned for governor. Could Dan Osborne, who ran against who ran last time against Deb Fisher, make a good run in Nebraska? That's a tough one. I mean, listen, Max ends it by saying it's all a long shot. It's fair to be skeptical of Democrats' chances. I completely agree with that. I mean, this is an inside straight. And you listen. What's the saying? That's why you play the game, right? That's why you run the races, and that's why you don't assume.
And who knows what's going to happen at the national political level, what Trump's impact is, the economy. I mean, there's just a lot right now. We are far, far away from election.
Yeah, it's August of 2025, but these things shape up and then they take off. And it's important to kind of keep that in mind. Okay, let's talk about one other thing. We did a Punchbowl News survey on Punchbowl News Scoops of the Year, which I love.
Love this. Drum roll.
I love Scoops.
Scoops machine.
So 56% voted for our breaking news coverage on Donald Trump's push for Texas Republicans to carve out 5 new Republican seats in redistricting. The number 2 story and a number 2 scoop in the survey is our scoop on Amazon, that they were considering putting tariff pricing on their website, something that they quickly backed away from. I couldn't be more confident of that reporting, knowing where it came from. Also making the cut here, Republicans push to raise the top individual tax rate. Cornyn down in Senate primary in a private SLF poll. All of those getting votes. And it's been a good year so far for Punchbowl News, don't you think?
A busy news cycle and a lot of scoops. Always really proud of our full editorial team on the policy front as well as the politics and congressional reporters working each and every day. We've got Andrew Desiderio out on the ground right now in Phoenix, Arizona, and some other really good news stories coming up for the coming week. So I think we can close it out there, Jake. I feel a lot more alive and awake than I do early in the morning, so it's fun to chat with you.
It's fine to. I like recording at 4:45 in the morning. It gets your blood flowing. Okay, with that,
there you go.
I'll take Anna's role and say, leave us a rating and review. You could subscribe to Punchbowl News at punchbowl.news. Have a great day, a great weekend, and stay safe.